So you like the program today, huh? You think it's successful, huh? Yeah? Where does she go? She's there again already? God. Don't clap. I'm not in a good mood at all. That's why I wear so flowery clothes so I don't get mad. Did you notice that I hang my poster in the temple? Is that the thing that you're supposed to do? Then why did you do it? This is how you kill me and destroy my teaching. You just try to please me personally at the cost of the truth. I do not care how many hundreds of posters of myself hang in your house, but in the temple or in the church it's not possible. I don't want to compete with the Buddha or Christ, understand? It's not necessary to hang my poster there or anywhere at all where it's not appropriate. Maybe here, maybe because, okay, you meditate here. Okay, this is our private quarter, okay? Between us, teacher and student, okay, fine. It's just like you probably take your professor, or principal photo in the school, okay? In your class, that's all right. But not in a temple where I built for the local people, for them to worship their own way. I told you many 100,000 times already, you must be wise. Be natural, be spontaneous. I understand the love you have for me, but you don't force this love on other people. Look at this way, you love your wife, okay? You love your husband, that's all right with everyone. But as soon as you force somebody else to love your husband as much as you do, is that normal? Huh? Do you want another woman to love him the way you do? Even that. Or wife to love, or you want another man to love your wife the way you do? Doesn't this sound abnormal to you? Does it? Okay, same way, huh? You love me, that's your own business. I cannot stop that. But you don't force this on other people, especially in a newly developed land. This is a Buddhist country. They do not understand much about what we're doing and what we're going. Please, live in a real life. Be realistic, be practical. Don't kill me with your good intention. That's how Jesus was crucified, do you understand? Because his disciples make too much noise, wanted him to be a king and this and that and others, and that threatened the security of the politicians at that time. Do you understand? They would proclaim something like, oh, Jesus is better than the king. Jesus would be the king, but they don't understand what the king is. The king means the king in the kingdom of God, the king in our heart, the king in the disciples' soul. That is justly so. But they make so much noise even. They talk in such a way as if everyone must accept Jesus at that time. They still don't now. We can't force a living Buddha, doesn't matter in which state he's in, to return to his own glory unless he consents. Anyone out there is a Buddha. Anyone in this village is a Buddha. All the workers here are Buddha. But do you tell them that they are the Buddha and they believe you? Would you do that? And they will kick you, you know where? Kick your, you know what? Until you get lost. They will call you blasphemy and all this kind of name. So do be careful. I know it's difficult for you to contain all the knowledge that you newly gained. But it's no big deal. You originally had it already. You have it, you will, and you keep it all the time. And everyone else out there have it. There's no need to boast about it, no need to be excited about it. Everyone have it right now, anytime. Whether you practice Kuan Yin method or not, they have it. Just they don't realize it yet because they don't want to realize. That's their free will. That's why they came here, so that they will be free to choose to be God or not be God. Because God cannot force them to recognize Him, to work for Him, or to recognize themselves as a part of God. That's why God is God, because God is free. And that's why we are free, because we are God. Don't take this freedom from anyone near you or you meet, because that's a great crime. They came for their purpose. They learned their own way. They learned the bad way, the worst way, so that they will recognize the good, the best. Do you understand this? Without good, how you understand that you are bad? Without bad, how do you know what good is? Without woman, how do you realize you are man? Without poverty, how do you understand your richness? Let people be what they want to be. Let them believe what they believe. Let them have their time. They have eternity. They must learn it their own way. And that is the will of God. We never should interfere. You cannot anyhow. You just cause trouble for yourself and confusion for the other people. Yesterday, I know all this you fanatism. I left you, I went there in a very late morning, very late in the evening, around 8 o'clock, 7 or 8 o'clock. Especially went to the temple and I instructed, please tell them no booklets, no magazine, no picture, nothing, not even my one strand of my hair in that temple. Only the Buddha image and the fruit and whatever it is according to the tradition of Cambodia. Because I built a temple for them unconditionally. Do you understand? Even if you do it for my sake, like you build a temple or you build hospitals, so that the people will believe me, you are garbage. You're blackmailing people. And that is not the way a spiritual practitioner should do. You must do things with no motive. You must do it because people like it that way. Not because you do it so that people like me, and that is very sickening. This is a kind of business, and we don't do it. You blacken my name by doing this kind of thing. You don't honor me, you don't glorify me this way. You really kill me, literally. Right there in front of everybody. I was so embarrassed, so embarrassed, so embarrassed. I could die. Do you understand? I did not expect my photo bigger than the Buddha, right there in front of the hall, in front of everybody. What do you think? People look at me and what do they think? They think I'm a kind of self-aggrandizement, self-glorifying. That's why I put my picture there. How do you know? How do they know that it's you who put it? How do they believe me that I tell you expressively, don't put anything over there? Do you think they believe it? And I have to bow to the monks 3, 4, 6 times to apologize for this. You humiliate me. And you're proud of it. You think you help me to spread the truth. You are just spreading your own ego, your stubborn way. You think you are controlling people's life and belief and understanding and thinking. You are so big, you're so stupid, you're so ignorant. I'm ashamed to have such a disciples like you. After all these lectures, after all the things I told you, you don't understand anything. You have to do things for the people unconditionally, as if you do it for a Buddha, because they are Buddha. If they want to believe in a wooden Buddha, let them believe it. It's none of your business to ask them to believe me in any sneaky way or any kind of trick to do it. This is not a gentleman way. It's not an open way. It's not the truth that we are preaching. It's a way of doing it in a sneaky business. Do a temple and then put a master photo on that so that people bow to the Buddha and bow to the master. If you go anywhere, you must learn the tradition and the custom of that country and obey the rules of the nation. Doesn't matter who you are. If I can bow to all the monks in front of the public and camera like today, in all humility and respectfulness, you must learn it the same way. You must learn to respect people as the real Buddhas. Not because you learn to know yourself, the Buddha nature first, that means you have more privilege than people. They're all Buddhas, the same, originally the same, and will be always the same. We are no better than them. We just finished our job, so we are going home. Just like people who are retired. Maybe the people who are retired have a little bit more knowledge than the newcomer, but might not be so. Everyone has their own way to work. How can you be so ignorant and stupid? How can you be so fanatic and stubborn? Why do you have to force people to believe what you do believe? Even I don't do that. Did I ever force you to believe me or anything I say? Huh? No, okay. Then why you force it on people? If I force you so much in many so tricky way, would you like it? Would you still respect me as an honest and open and fair teacher? No. So do it the same thing. Just put yourself in the people or the people position and understand what it is. I build a temple for them. It's just pure a temple for people, just to make them feel happy, just to make a present. Just like I buy a toy for a child, not so that she loves me, but just for her to play with, because she likes it. Simple is that. Everything we do must be pure as that, just unconditional, because God is unconditional. God loves us, everybody the same. Rain shines on everyone, good and bad, ugly and beautiful. God never said, okay, make more rain on that handsome guy, and less rain on this ugly lady, no? Why do you have to do things in an unattached manner like this? As a Kuan Yin practitioner, you should be already free. Yesterday, I especially went to the temple to instruct this, because I know it would be disaster if you do wrong. Because I know you might do such thing. So I especially went there. And I told many times, please don't put, for God's sake, don't put anything in here. If people want to come to us and ask, then you will give the sample booklet. It's only a few steps away. There are information desks everywhere. Why you have to force my picture in front of the hall of the Buddha? The poor guy has only that corner. I cannot tell you how angry I was and how disappointed, how ashamed I feel. You embarrassed me so much, I would never forget this. I was crying in bed just before I came. I felt so lonely because none of you understand me. And you say you do. Anything I ask, anything I request, never done properly, causing so much problem. Do you understand? It's a sin like this, to do this. It hurts the people feeling here. It hurts the monks feeling. I hope they did really forgive me the way they show. I have begged their forgiveness. Not because I'm afraid to do anything to us, but because we hurt their feeling. I was so ashamed. was so embarrassed. I don't know any words to tell you. Let the people here keep their tradition. Huh? If they want to, they know us. They know where we stay. We don't run anywhere in this center yet. If they want to, they'll come to you. We have monks in Thailand who are initiated. We have monks in Korea who are initiated. You don't have to come to build a temple to put my picture there so to force people to believe me. You make to show people your ignorance, and I'm ashamed as your teacher not to have enough wisdom, not to have established enough connection between us to make you understand this thing. Can you imagine you go in a church and hang my picture there? Can you? Same thing. Buddhist temple are sacred for the monks and the Buddhists. There are only Buddha there, huh? I mean, for them, the Buddha picture and the Buddha statues are everything. If you want to hang my picture here, then hang alone. Or hang the Buddha picture alone. Don't hang together in a level like this. They cannot bear it. I cannot bear it either. I feel terrible. It's not the way to be polite to people. I don't need to have my picture here even. I'm here every day. I'm in your heart. But since you need it, just for symbolic that, okay, teacher is here, and this belongs to the teacher, that this is our school. Okay, you hang, it's all right. That I understand. And that's good. To remind you to practice, anything is good. But you don't have to remind people out there to practice. They haven't begun anything yet. And they live on here, they know everything already about us before we even talk. That's why we have to open it in such a great ceremony today. Do you think I wanted to do that? I thought we just do a little service to Cambodia. Why we have to boast about it and invite the Prime Minister and all that makes so big deal. But what I mean is it's not easy to do all these things as the way you think. You're so irresponsible. You are protected. You are happy. You just bring your bottom here every day and sit. You don't understand anything about the pressure I have. Please do think carefully next time. It's not as easy as you think. It's not that because you believe me, everybody will. They don't have to. Their time has not come. They have to fulfill their journey. They have to finish all their experiences before they return to the Godhead and feeling that now I'm ready to choose to be God. You heard of fallen angels and all that. There are no fallen angels. There are only deliberate choice of the higher being who come in darkness in order to learn and to accept that they are the light, in order to know truly that they are the light. Because if there's no comparison, no contrast, there's no deep understanding, no deep realization. Only knowing by hearing is nothing. Huh? Just like everybody tell you you are Buddha, you have Buddha nature, and you know that. Does it help you? No. You must act like a Buddha. You must practice the Buddha way. You must recognize your Buddha way in any different aspect in order to recognize and accept that you are the Buddha. You have to prove it to yourself. That Buddha is like that. It's the opposite of that you have experienced up to now. Understand or not? And there's one more thing. Ah yes, there's so many things I have forgotten. Next time, don't put any of my picture in any public place, please. Huh? You can buy thousands of them and stick them in your house. Stick them in your hair, in your ear, wherever you want. Don't put them in public place, all right? No need. Only if people request it, okay? Then we give them. Also, things if you're giving so cheaply, people don't appreciate it. You don't do it good that way. You harm people. Actually, all the things that we're doing are giving me a lot of pressure. Sample booklets, magazine, and all that. You know that. I even was in a hospital for only a few days. I have to be kicked out of the hospital because of sample booklet. I kicked myself out quickly. I could have stayed there longer. Anything you do is just no good for me. Anything, anything. And you're very proud of it. You think you are spreading the truth and spreading the Dharma and all that. We printed millions and millions and millions of sample booklets for you. So you keep asking the Melly to print it. I don't really print it. And you just go out at your free time and then just give them to Nambok the key. Whoever, even dog, cat you see, you give the dog to look at it so that he become good. I become human being next time. All this kind of nonsense. It's okay to be a dog, huh? He's happy that way. Huh? If he likes to experience himself as a dog, well, that's his choice. You don't even know what is good for the people and what is bad for the people. Like you see Jesus Christ crucified, we think it's bad for him. No. Of course it's very painful. But it's his choice also to sacrifice for the people. And he glorified God and himself that way. Everyone chooses to do something for themselves so that they will learn. Not really learn, just to experience and to recognize themselves by knowing the opposite. Just like if we don't have light, then we know darkness. Huh? Only have to experience darkness, then we reclaim, oh, now the light comes. Then we realize, we understand profoundly what light means to us and what its functions and how it helps. There are many things you do that I'm not very pleased. Like this morning I accompany the guest and I introduce to you the important person. And you still keep asking me, Master, how are you? You know I'm okay. I want you to greet my guest. That's very impolite. You pay all attention to me and not to my guest. You know me already. There's no need to make so much fuss and excitement. We saw each other every day here already. If you treat my guests good, I feel good. There are times for us. We family members always have time for each other already. We're comfortable with each other. We have each other all the time, 24 hours. But when the guests come, you must help me to greet the guests, to make them feel honored and welcome and loved. That's our duty together. No need to always show me you love me and all this nonsense. Of course you don't overdo it, like jumping on top of the VIP or thing like that and greet them with the hand and feet so that let them know that you are the special person, thing like that, because they don't recognize you anyhow, they won't remember. Just, do it in a friendly way and a very noble way. Easy, just join the palm and greet and how are you, welcome, anything you say. You express in your eyes and your smile and you're shouting, no need language even. You embarrass me in many ways. That's your free will, I cannot interfere. But you embarrass me, I must tell you. I will not say that is your fault and you are bad. No, you are not bad. It's okay to express yourself that way. But it's just that we have to do more than that. Not always the same thing. In different occasions, we must act more differently, extra careful, extra wisdom. Not that you greet me, you are wrong. Of course you're right. I know you love me and you express your feeling. That's correct. But I demand you something else. And if you love me, you do that. You do what I demand. Huh? But you don't. In many of the religious order, before you became an initiated, people demand your obedience, and you have to swear under oath that you will be obedient to the teacher and the order in whatever way. Just like in the army, if you don't obey the commander, you are shot. But here I don't demand anything from you. Just occasionally, just a logical way, between human. As a civilized person and as a highly developed soul, you should act civilizedly and greet people the way we should greet somebody who comes to our house. And since you and I are one, since we are together in the same way and think the same way, you should help me to do the same thing. We have time for each other. If I want to be important, I have many other ways. I don't need to be next to the princess or the prime minister so that you greet me so that they know I'm important. No, at that time I'm not important. I want you to make my guests feel important. But you did the opposite. You embarrassed me. I have to always remind you, please greet the guests, or please greet the princess. Some of you do, but some are so terrible. Until when I have to teach you all this? Actually, do you know what? Anything that I imparted to you is a secret between us. It is a secret. You're not supposed to tell people that I'm the Supreme Master and I'm living Buddha, nothing like that. But it's too bad now because it's too late. We already printed so many, you already, have so much free time and distribute so many sample booklets and then printed everything, too many already. I tell you honestly that I'm the Supreme Master, and that is for sure, and that is true. But I don't feel anything big deal about it because I know all of you are Supreme Masters too. Just that you don't know, okay, you take your time. But the other people, they don't understand this. They think Supreme Master is a big deal. They think I'm blasphemy. And all the things I teach you are for the one who ready to go home only. So all these things actually must be given to a selected people. Not that we discriminate, but many are not ready to go home because they have to undergo the journey before they decide to come back and become God. Do you understand this? And that is their mission, that's their right, their privilege, and that is everyone must do it, including us. And now we're ready, we finished with all the experience, and we decided that, okay, I'm willing to become God. I think God is good. To be God is good. I decided, I consented to be God. I want now to be God. I have decided, I have selected the God way. I have freely choose to be God because I have selected many experiences and nothing better than God. God cannot just sit there and proclaim that I'm God, I'm God, I'm God, I'm God, I'm God. I know nothing, have no experience, no proof, no contradiction, no hardship, no earning, no merit. God also has to prove that He is a God. Just like president, king, they have to prove that they are worthy of their subjects' veneration and love, even if they are king. See the king of Thailand, he works hard. He has many hundreds of projects going on for his people during his 50 years of reign, yeah? Yes. and the king of Cambodia, the prince of Cambodia. They all work very hard for their people. And that's why they're so busy. That's why they're supposed to come here today. The first and the second prime minister are supposed to come here today. But both of them absent. The second prime minister did not come, and he said he probably will come on August. But for security reason, I did not tell you beforehand. See, I did not want too many people know about their coming in case, just to protect them. So you only know today, in the morning or yesterday. But you know something going on. You know some people know, just some concerned people. The people who has to know, but not all of you know. This is the way I do things. I do things to protect them, just for security. That's the way I think we should do. That's all, Not that I'm afraid of you or anything. And the second prime minister canceled his coming today. That we knew already longer time, a few days before. But the first prime minister, the prince, we already knew that he couldn't come in this last minute, 5 minutes before ceremony. I'm reported that His Highness cannot come because of some emergency meeting in Siem Reap somewhere. You understand this? Oh, why do I talk about this? What was it before? I forgot. What was it before? Anyone remember? Well, why I come to the prince and... Oh, okay. Have to work. Okay, I approve. Yes. Okay. And that's why the prince, the prime minister, two big leaders of the country are so busy. Because they have to do work for their people. That's what they're there for. They're big because they have big responsibility. That's why they're so busy they could not come today. You understand? Not that you're prime minister and okay, I'm prime minister. Now you have to recognize me. And then he just sit there and reciting to himself, I know I'm a prime minister. I'm definitely a prime minister. I'm a prince. I know I'm a prince. The whole country know I'm a prince. The whole world know I'm a prince. I'm a prince. And I'm a prince. I'm a prince. And that's it. Will that be sufficient? No. He has to do his duty as a prince, as the leader of the nation, as the father of the people of the land. And that's why he's prince. And that's why he's king. You understand? The higher the position, the more responsibility. Otherwise, they are nothing. Just name. Similarly, God or ourselves in this matter are part of God. And if we just sit there in heaven, do nothing, sit pretty, I'm God, I'm part of God, at least I'm a part of God, I'm a son of God, I'm a daughter of God. And that's it. Is that it? Sound funny, isn't it? It won't do. That's why we have to descend into this world to prove ourselves by going the opposite direction. And then say to us, okay, I have overcome all this, I have conquered all these are no good. Prove to ourselves and the whole universe that we're worthy to be God, and we decide to be God. Not by birth, not by privilege, but by toiling, by hard work, by self-realization, by knowledge deeply experienced, that we became God. Or that we can return to Godhood with confidence. And we do really know now that we are God. That's it. There's no other choice better than God. I have learned through, I can tell you, it's me, I'm God. So actually not too many people can realize this, and they don't want to yet. Okay, that's all right. Because each soul has a journey. Long or short, they decide themselves. Anytime they're tired and they think they had learned enough or they experienced enough, then they decided. They say, okay, no, I have to go and find a way to go back to myself now. I had enough, I go home. Then, at that time, we can tell them, don't give just booklet to anybody. Or don't just tell my teaching, my secret to anybody. It's not working that way. You try hard, I know, but Okay, you do it, because sometimes we cannot select. Okay, that I understand too. But when you can help it, when you can avoid this, please make your selection. Yeah? If I build a temple, that means I build a temple. You know, exactly the way the people want it. If I want to hang my picture, then I can build another house, bigger house can be. And will hang a bigger picture even. Don't you think I can do that? Huh? It's my house, I hang as big as I want. No? It's not necessary to do it this way. It is a secret between us actually. Actually, we should not, broadcast so much thing like this. But for the sake of other people, for the sake of the lordships around the world, we have to do it. And it's already very embarrassing and very uncomfortable for me to proclaim openly what I know the world is not ready to hear. What I know will bring much discomfort and trouble into my life. What I know will destroy entirely my privacy, my freedom, my reputation, whatever my soul longs to live for in peace. My peace will be finished because I open the teaching to the mass of the people who the majority are not ready to know, to understand and to hear. Even their soul understand, but their journey has not ended. Do you understand or not? They cannot just quit like that. They have laid down the plan for their existence in this universe, and the experience they want to select, they have to go through it. Because they are God. Once they make the decision to do it, they must stick to it. God cannot make joke. Understand? So if they are God, leave them alone. If they are Buddha, leave it. They learn. You did. Before I came, who taught you? Nobody, huh? You survived many hundreds of years, or thousands of years, who knows. So let them be. I don't blame you for anything. You are enthusiastic, you are young, you are happy, you are blissful, you have benefit. You know the method works, you know the master works. Are you happy? You want to feed everybody with the same food. They don't eat it. It doesn't taste good to them. You cannot force the cow to eat the vegetarian food that you do with soya sauce and maki and chili sauce and pasta, anything like that. The cow will eat what he eats. Huh? And he's happy if you give him fresh grass. And you get hurt, you give him champagne, he don't drink. You give him, very delicacy, soya tofu, bake it in salted beans and chili sauce, and he don't like it. Yeah, that's why I built a temple for the people. Exactly. They just wanted it that way. How I force them to eat the tofu when they only want grass, huh? You know the story. Many stories I told you are example of teaching. Like the bird, so beautiful. And the king liked the bird so much that he kept him in the palace, in the golden cage, and then he fed him with all the food that he had, the wine and alcohol and whiskey and vodka and all kind of things. And the bird died. Oh, no wonder. The bird is not to eat and drink this kind of human food. Is that not so? Do you know that? Do you know that much or not? Why then? Why don't you understand the other thing that I told you? Everything is the same. A child cannot run. A baby cannot run. It's so simple like that. Remember, just recite this mantra 100 times for me. 100,000 times. The baby cannot run, the baby cannot run, the baby cannot run, and understand it. Okay? Understand the mantra? If the baby cannot run, means many other people cannot practice Kuan Yin method. Same. So simple like that, and you never think, what is it your wisdom for? You have to calm down. Do things in a logical and cool way. You must help me, not damage. I'm already so uncomfortable in this world since I am openly known to the public and famous everywhere. Because of the truth I told you. It sounds a blasphemy to other people, you know what I mean? People who don't understand, thinking, oh, she says she's a Supreme Master, she's a Buddha. Yes, I am. But they think I'm blasphemy. I wish I don't never have to say that. But because you come to me seeking the truth, so the truth I have to tell you. But that's supposed to be the secret between us. You know, the teacher and the student, only the secret. Actually, in the old time, is a secret. So there's never written teaching about this. That's why the master people don't know. That's why Jesus also blamed his disciple. You remember? He said, what I teach you in secret, you proclaim on the hilltop. What I told you privately, you went into the roof and broadcast it to the people. Don't feed the pearl to the swine. He blamed his disciples for being too enthusiastic, too indiscriminate in spreading the truth to the unready ears. It's supposed to be the secret only. Because I don't really like people to know that I am the master. It embarrassed me. But it's too bad, I already sacrificed my reputation. But since I'm here, I'm new, people don't know anything about me yet. Don't have to do it this way, spare me. Anytime you do anything for me, for yourself, for any people, just do it pure offering. Never attach anything into it. I told you many times. Don't try to bring people into our teaching by, the unstraight way. If you build a temple for people, and then you hang my picture there, and you try to put all my teaching there all day long, what is the use of that? Huh? Then it's not pure anymore. You offend the people. Then you don't have to build a temple, do you understand? Just build a Qinghai house. Yeah, and display everything about hers. That's a different thing, If you build a temple or a church, that is purely for the purpose of the people who go there and worship the way they want. Just like buy a toy for a child. And no attached, nothing there. God. I don't know how to tell you. There's so many things that every day goes wrong. Whatever I request, it seems to go the opposite way. I don't know why. I don't know why you have to be like this. And all of you, the doctors, and all the nurses, whoever will come later, and all the workers here, all the investors, only answer people when they ask, okay? Don't try to be kind of persuading people, anything. They are the Buddhas. They know it. If they want to, they will come. Of course, it is our biggest duty, our main purpose, to remind ourselves about our God nature, Buddha nature, and to remind other people about theirs as well. But you must know where to do it and how and when. Not anywhere like this. Not this such a silly way and stubborn way. And not the conditional way like this. We have to do things unconditionally. I was so happy just to build a temple just for them, without anything in return. Do you believe it or not? And you spoil my pleasure. You damage my happiness by putting a string attached there. You ruin everything. I felt as if I have never built a temple, or worse, people would think I use it just to catch their attention. I feel so ashamed. I was so happy just to offer what they want and just think of their happiness. I'm already happy. But even that little happiness, for me, you must destroy it. You really destroy my pleasure this morning. I have to tell you, so that in the future you might think about what you're doing. Everywhere you go, you must respect people, customs, tradition, and offer only what they want, not what you want them to have. The people want an apple, don't give a banana. Only when they say, okay, banana also will do, then you give. Only when you don't have apple, you say, could I give you banana instead? Because I don't have an apple, sorry. Then they say, all right, then you give. But don't force it on them like this, because especially we are the benefactor here. If we do things like this is terrible. Like we're doing something good to them so that they will do something in return, or believe me, that is terrible. That is so sick, so filthy, so impure. Do you understand? Worse than the people outside who don't believe anything. How would you do anything like this and call yourself a practitioner, a person with wisdom and enlightenment? I don't think you are enlightened at all. Those people who did this kind of thing must not meditate enough, perhaps never meditate really, just sleeping in the meditation hall. Overlook my teaching and don't understand anything about what I say except his own ego and what his interpretation about my teaching is. I don't believe it. I don't believe that you love me and understand me, the people who do this kind of thing. If you do love me and understand me, you would not do the opposite of what I wish, and you would become one with me. You would understand it before I even have to explain all this and shame me in front of the public and hurt my feeling, because it hurts the people, and the people feeling are my feeling, because I love them. I want them to have the best. I want them to be free of any attachment to me, any obligation to me, any thankfulness to me, anything. I want them to feel just completely relaxed and free, like as if they did it themselves, as if this is their house, or this is their money, their temple, anything. I don't even want to mention my name, if I can help it. That's why we did not tell the press or the government everything about what we do in here, because I thought, okay, what we do good, we should keep it. So we just tell them, okay, we develop the land, agriculture and business and things like that. But by the way, we build school and temple for people and hospital, but that is our duty. Since we are here and the people here are poor and needed, we just do it. So that's very small thing for me, so I didn't want to tell anyone. So you see, even to the people here, our school, temple, hospital and restaurant and all this offering are so big deal, and I don't even want them to know who does it. Why just a small temple? You have to force my presence there. And in a day like today, I was telling people there's a Buddha statue there only in the temple for you to worship, and then here I come facing my own poster. And bigger than the Buddha than himself. In such a Buddhist country where we invite all the monks to come. My God, do you think the monks will bow to my picture? You're crazy. I don't even expect you to bow to me. Well, why you do that to people? You force them. This is not honesty. If they want to bow to me, they will come, huh? You don't have to do it this way. This is very dishonest. Do you understand? This is against the precept. Even if you don't tell lie, this is against the precept, this is a lie. Because it's a temple, and the people believe a temple is a Buddha inside only, and the flower and incense, that's all there is. And you put something else inside with the intention for people to just bow to it because they cannot help it. That is a lie. Do you understand that or not? And for me, it's a blackmailing. It's like piracy, you know, forcing people. Please don't do this kind of thing again. You have to do everything straight, Not that you cannot tell people about me, about our teaching, about us. You can, but you have to find the proper way, the honest way, the open way to do it. We are already here. People know already. Why do things like this? It's so obvious, like we're so desperate for disciples. We are not. I'm tired already with all of you. But of course it's my duty, I'm honored to do it, only if people need. That's why I don't go around, build hospital everywhere or school, just here because the country desperately need help. It has been in a war and millions of people die. There was a time when the world people was worried that Cambodia, if continue the killing that way, there will be, diệt chủng là cái tiếng gì hả? Extinct, They will be extincted as a race. Luckily the war stopped, see? But still the war make people very poor, make the country very desperate, and they're weak. And the more help, the better for them. So I see the need here. And there's no temple around here, I don't build a temple in Taiwan, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to disappoint you. Why must I build temple? Never built temple before, and that's not necessary. I live in Taiwan. There are thousands of them, hundreds, thousands of them everywhere, big, small, everywhere you go. And there are thousands of monks already. I have no need to do anything there. And Taiwan is a rich country. No need for me to build any school, hospital, nothing like that. That's the job of the government. They have a lot of money. The job of Taiwanese people, they have a lot of money. But we do help some poor people. Some extra money, extra help for them if they really need. If we go around and see who are extra need and sometimes they're sick and something, we help. Quietly. There were two things that embarrassed me today, like the princess. You didn't greet her when I introduced. You just keep your eyes on me. Some of you, not all. Some are very good. And I said the princess, they greeted her, and that's very good. But some of you are so bad. Well, just maybe a small number. That's good. When doing this, you embarrass me, you understand? When I introduce you, my guest, it's your duty to greet her, or greet him. Not to greet me. You know me already. It's how stupid. You are crazy. And that's how you make people doubt my teaching, You have to be normal. Understand? Cover your Buddha nature. Hide your enlightenment. Reveal it only to the trusted people and to the people who are interested in it. It's bad enough that I reveal myself to the public, make it open. Like this. That's why I suffer so much of humiliation, of slandering, of bad reputation, of physical abuse, and mentally abused too. But that's all right, it's my job. But don't do it this way. In your own capacity, you don't have to do it. Then you suffer a lot. People will, discredit you, humiliate you, make fun of you, and make you even lose faith in our teaching if you're not careful. They'll try to persuade you and persecute you or try to take you away from the path. So you must be careful. Just act normal, okay? You are enlightened. You know it, I know it. No big deal. We know each other. There are different occasions. When you greet me here, it's normal, but when I have guests, you don't do this kind of thing. This morning, I wasn't important. I was just second to the guest. When the guests come, I'm the second. You don't ignore my guests just because you love me. If you love me, you have to love my guests too. Do you understand all this or not? This is not a holy teaching, this is not enlightenment, this is not Buddhahood, it's nothing, but it's very, very important. Because it shows the nature of your balanced mind inside. That you know what to do in different situations, that you truly digest my teaching, that you truly understand, that you're truly wise. You have to be normal, okay? Just act like you used to do before. If, for example, you love your husband, fine. But you don't always show it everywhere the way you do in the bedroom, do you? Do you do that? Do you do the same thing outside as in the bedroom? No, okay. You know each other already, you know you love each other. When you have guests, when your husband bring home a friend or something, and you don't come jump on him and kiss him and make love to him right there. No? Just because you love him so much and you ignore the guest, like if the guest doesn't exist. That's the way you do. I'm sorry to put it so bluntly, but otherwise you don't understand. Just exactly that bad, in my opinion. Embarrassment has many ways, you know. You don't have to make love in front of the public to feel embarrassed. You embarrassed me this morning too. As equally, maybe more than that. If you think the couple make love in the public, that's very terrible, that's very embarrassing. I told you, I'm more embarrassed this morning than that. Do you realize how much? So frustrating sometimes. I don't know why. This thing is so simple. Why people make things so complicated, I don't understand. Everything is so simple in this life. If you just do it naturally, if you just do the way you should do, instead of listening to your mind and your habit and your stubborn ego, then everything is so simple and so natural and so relaxed and flowing just like the river. There's nothing to complain about in this life at all. Nothing to do. Just live your life, do what comes at that moment. Live at the present moment. Always present. So when I introduce you to the guest, that present moment, you have to greet the guest. That's it. Forget about me. I'm a master, but not at that moment, okay? I'm still a master. But for that moment, we don't need a master. Do you understand? We just need human warmth and love and politeness to each other the way we do. You mix everything like a mixed salad, anywhere. That's why you do things wrong and confuse the situation. You confuse the situation. Go, you should do this and you do that. You should do that and you do this. I say every day, same people can sit here. And if I don't want you, I can always say, please go down. I have some other thing, or I don't want it today. And when I want to speak English, the people surrounding me don't have need earphone. They put the Taiwanese newcomer here, no earphone, nothing. So when I speak English, they just stand there like, they will. You can imagine, huh? And they don't have any benefit even, If they sit there, they would have earphone and video to look at me, and later they can come around and look at me too. It's the wrong time. That's all. It's the right thing, but it's the wrong time. I just especially greeted the Chinese, and everyone Chinese should come, even just a few more foreigners to join in, new one, they would like to see me. That's a different situation, huh? But when I sit here talking English, huh, and all the Taiwanese just stare at me like this, do you think I have inspiration to talk? Huh? And then I have to wait half an hour later for the translation to finish so that they can laugh at my joke, and then continue another joke. Huh. Oh, God. I don't know where your logic's gone. So simple is that. You have to think more, you have to practice more so that we can be one together. So that I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to explain anything. I don't have to ask you anything. You know immediately what I want. You know already before I ask you. Just like I know everything before you ask. Huh? Just say you say, Master know everything whenever necessary. When you pray at home, the Master help you. When you have accident, Master appear. When you have sickness, Master help. That's the way you should be. Come on, hurry up. That's the way you are anyhow. Why you so slow in remembering yourself? Why you have chosen deliberately to stay in a sleeping state like this instead of wake up and be a Buddha and be yourself? Why? What is it the matter with you? Even my attendants, they're so good to me, they're so loving and devoted. But still we are not one together. Every time I'm in a hurry, like I have to rush about 4 speech a day, between here and run there and others and come back. They couldn't even help me to put on my shoes. And they take care of my shoes, I don't know how long already. They don't know which shoe to do what. And they mess up me even more if I ask them to put something on my hair or help me with the dress. They make it more mess. So sometimes I come out screaming with nothing on. Things like that. I have to do everything myself. And it takes a long time. I cannot do everything alone. Come on, please, I need your help. Please be a Buddha, be gracious and help me. Help me to help yourself. Help me to help other fellow beings. Because they need us. If they don't need us, it's okay. But they do. You know you did before, no? You did need me, no? You did need help. So now you know something already. Don't be lazy, don't be slow, don't take it easy, don't just be so sloppy and make excuses for yourself, and don't just hang around there and waiting to be pampered and baby and praise and all this. Just do it. We don't have eternity. We do have eternity, but we only have this life to take care of this mission. Understand? We have only short time to do our mission. Me and you. All the people, they have eternity because they still have to transmigrate back and forth, but we don't have any more time. I might die tomorrow, do you realize? I don't know when I die, but I might. I might die tomorrow or next month, next year, who knows? You cannot just sit there and just hang around forever like this. It makes me so frustrated and impatient. Every time I do everything alone, or if I have time, everything's so smooth and peaceful until I touch any of you. Then things go always upside down, chaotic, inside. Everything never the way it should be. I just don't understand this. For all the wisdom of the Buddha, I don't understand. All the easy thing that my attendant and my people around make so complicated. Or don't do it, or forget it. Like my instruction is just nothing, just a gossiping here, there, and go out there. No need to pay attention, no need to carry out, nothing. And whenever I ask again, did you do this? No. Did you do that? No. Did you do this? No. Did you do the other? No. Or I told somebody else did it. And did he? No. Or I don't know yet, I have to ask him. Like this, like this, like this, like this. How am I going to live? How am I going to serve you if things go this way? So I think you better check up yourself. Check your inside and outside. See what's missing, what's really the problem, and correct it. Otherwise, doesn't matter how much you love me, you only bring trouble and heartbreak for me. And I'm sure you don't like that. I'm sure you like me to be happy, and relaxed and less burden, no? So just do it the natural way. Do your best, but naturally. Pay attention to what I ask you to do, what I demand of you. At that moment, or I don't demand you to work for me, or you are alive, or do anything for me 24 hours. No. Just some occasion like today. And it's also an occasion for you to learn to be a normal person, to be just polite to the other person. It's a duty. Doesn't matter if you're Buddha or not. Even if I'm a Buddha, it's my duty to be polite to my guests, to make them the most comfortable possible. Whether or not they believe in me, I don't demand anything in return. You see, I respected people here so much, huh? Not only the princess, but the local people, the monk, the press, the government, everyone. Because I truly respect them. I truly know that they are Buddha. And I truly know that it's their grace to allow me to serve them. Not that by bowing to them I lower myself. It's not so. It's a real understanding inside. I don't feel humble. I don't feel great. I just do what I have to do. But you all go around so grandly declaring this and that and other and forcing people, or trying to hint or fish people, or try to do different way to make people believe me. Try, but openly, honestly. Huh? Because it will backfire if you do things in such a clumsy way like this. You cannot cheat the Buddhas. They are the Buddha. Do you understand? If you do things not honestly, they know it. Don't you understand this? They are the Buddha. You have to treat them just exactly like you treat yourself. Because they know, we know each other. Doesn't matter now they recognize they're Buddha or not, but the Buddha inside know it. It's just their mind still want to have to experience many things. And the soul allow it. The Buddha inside allow himself or the soul itself to wander through all this maze in order to finish the journey, to go the chosen way. Not that they don't know what we're doing, what we're thinking. They are the Buddhas, bear in mind. Okay? So anytime you cheat or try to trick somebody, you trick yourself. You trick the Buddha nature. That will backfire. They will react differently. And you don't blame them for anything. You must check always yourself. That's why people don't like it. It will backfire. And the more to do that, when you're doing this thing like this, you want people to believe me more. But I tell you, it's the opposite. I am grateful if they don't slander me already, if they don't think I'm arrogant, or self-glorifying by putting my picture or order my disciple to put a picture there. They might not believe me that I don't do it, that I especially order them not to do it. Yesterday evening, that's why I came late to you, remember? I told you stay late a little while, I come late because I went to the temple to see what's going on, it's ready for today or not, anything need doing, and I instructed them don't put anything from our teaching on my picture or sample booklet, nothing there. If they want, they will come to us. Here just a temple like the Cambodian people likes, Let them come worship the Buddha the way they want. Purely like that. Very simple. If you put my picture there, many people will be allergic and they don't come to pray to the temple. So what is the purpose of you giving them the things that you know they cannot use, unless you don't want to give it to them sincerely? Now, answer yourself. Are you sincerely wanting to make people happy or not? See? If you put my picture there, some people don't like my picture. I see why do I sit next to the Buddha? It's against their belief, their tradition, and their habit. Now they become allergic. And the patient from the hospital or the people local, they don't like to go there. So we build a temple for what? Just for the sake of putting a picture there and let the temple stand empty? Come on. We build it so that people use it. And we will be happy if people are happy, they use it. Then it's our purpose fulfilled. Oh yes, we offer that thing and people like it so much. That is so happy. Isn't that so relaxed and so beautiful and so natural? Why have to make so complicated like this? Why you have to force people? You are dictators if you do this. Do you understand? Forcing people to do anything is a dictating. Doesn't matter it's Hitler or anyone else. It's the same thing. Oh God, I'm sick of this kind of personality. I really am. Even if I feel sick, how will you think other people would feel about you? And not only they feel about you, they feel about me. And that's how you want to kill me. And that's how you say you're going to spread my teaching and all that. Oh please, stop it. Don't bother to spread my teaching. Because you harm people more than you help. You damage me more than you glorify me. You do exactly the opposite of what you wanted to do, what you wanted success to be. And where is your wisdom? You have to be pure in the heart anytime, then nothing go wrong. Nothing go wrong. Even if it goes wrong, it will go right again. Everywhere you go, you must learn to know and to respect the people. And also one more thing this morning. All the Cambodian people sit there and all the hufa, you know the god, habitually show off again, shoving people around like this. What's the purpose? There's a big road there, they sit anywhere they want. Just have to do it in a blind way, just a habit way. I hate it. I don't know what's the problem with his brain. Don't make me say a strong word, but I really hated it. The people are my guests, and they're doing nothing wrong. They just sit on the ground. I already feel bad that they don't have a chairs to sit on. But we have so many people, and we're primitive here, meditation all like this. We cannot offer a chair for everybody. I already feel bad, and they have to sit on the ground. For us it's okay, because we don't mind. I wish all our guests have a chair to sit on. And then you show people like this in front of me. Oh God. You don't know how much you hurt me. You really hurt me deeply. Because the way you behave, so blindly and so rough, not gentle at all. You only do your job when needed. When people are unruly, are pressing around me or trying to press me that I have no way to go or that I'm in danger, then you do your job. But not when people sit there and doing nothing. Just because you want them to move out of your way, or you want it the way you want it, or the way normally we do it. It's not normal this morning. It's a performance and other people coming. So we as a practitioner must give way to them. How would you do that to your guests? How would you like to be treated that way if you go somewhere? These people, the poor people, are the ones that I love the most. I never embrace you, but I embrace the poor people all any time I have a chance. because they are pure and they need it. You don't. You have everything. You have me, you have the teaching, you have money, you have good job, you have good house, you have security. You don't need anything. So I don't need to give anything special to you. Even if you would ask, I won't give. But those people, the poor people, I give them anytime. Anything. Yesterday, last night evening, I went out all over the villages and the worker, I shook hands with them, I give them present one by one into their hand. But I won't do that to you. You don't need it. You sit here, you come to Melody, you look at me every time you watch TV, you understand the teaching, you're already a Buddha becoming. What is the need to touch me, to have special blessed food for me? You don't be greedy. I don't spoil you. You have enough already. You can get indigestion if you have too much. Huh? Not that I am stingy. I give anytime, but only when necessary. I don't want to show off to you that I'm generous, I'm loving, and I touch you whenever. It's no good. No need it. But the people outside there, they don't understand me. They don't know me. They don't worship me. They don't greet me. They're even surprised that I come. Maybe they know about my name and my picture, but they don't know the way you do. You know, they don't worship me. But I give them all the best of a human being to another. Yeah, I hold their children, I touch their hair, I joke with them. Man and woman, I give them into their hand. And if they don't come to me because they're shy, I come to them. I walk in the mud in order to reach out to them so that they don't feel that I'm too good to be near, you know. If they don't come to me, I reach to them. And then they receive. Some of them are shy, you know, so I have to come to them. But for you, if you don't come, forget it. I don't even ask you to come near. You have everything already, do you understand? So these poor people, these so-called lowly people, are my most respected and beloved people. Don't you dare ever touch them like this and treat them badly like this again, because I will throw you out. They had enough already suffering without you making so much nonsense. They just come here for an hour or so, and you try to show off like you are the boss in the house. Then make me have to interfere the program like this. Hey, the God, don't treat people this way. Did you hear this morning? No, I'll probably not translate it because I speak in Chinese. But that is also bad for me to sit there, you know, with the guests and talk this way. But I was so worried, you know, when I saw him shoving like this to the people on the ground. I was worried that he might do something, you know, to hurt people's feeling. I was really, you know, afraid. That's why I had to speak out quickly, you know, in such a circumstance, even though it doesn't look good for me. It's not graceful, you understand? I'm supposed to sit there like a lady. Yeah, and don't talk that way. And don't point finger here, there like that. But it's so lousy. The children and the elderly and the people who don't understand language even, it's do this way, like the way he do it to you. The way he do it to you is okay, you deserve it. But to other people cannot do it. You know what I mean? First, they don't understand our system. Second, they are our guests. Third, they are poor people, and the poor people to me are the beloved children. Don't ever hurt them, because you hurt me. If you cannot make their life better, don't make it worse. If you cannot make them feel more confident and proud, don't make them feel inferior and, you know, lowly. Understand or not? Because they don't have too many things to be proud of. They don't have too much to rely on. You have everything. You don't understand a thing about being poor and homeless and working in a laboring job or every day like this just for a little meager salary to live on. They have children, they have kids, they have parents and everything to take care of. Their life is not as easy as your life. Even though if your life is poor, you have me, you have the teaching, and your happiness make you confident and happy and superior. These people, they don't have much. Do you understand this? So anything can hurt them more. Just like a wounded person or patient already sick, and you kick them around. You abuse them. You understand? Don't let them rest. They already hurt enough without you kicking and shoving them around. Do you understand this? I'm not strict to you. But really, you must consider people before yourself. Huh? Don't just do things blindly in any situation like this, hurting people and making a fool of yourself and hurt me. You have to always be polite to people. Be humble. Do your job but humbly. This morning, just now I'm thinking, because I was bowing to the monks, did you see? And all the people like that. And now I'm just thinking, because I'm talking to you about be humble and all that, I'm just thinking about that. I have never seen any master do this before. Master, don't bow to people. Never I have seen one to do this. Jesus washed the feet of his disciples but once before he died, just symbolically, so that they know how to love and respect each other. But he didn't do that to outside people. He didn't bow to people. Or to the priest at that time. And the Indian master, everyone have to bow to them. And they never bow to anyone. Even king in India have to bow to the masters. Or the king in India, if they come to the master, they have to sit there on the ground. Probably golden cushion, but that's all there is. Just a cushion. Because the master in India is king, is God. They call him Maharaj, great kings of all kings. And they don't nonsense. Huh? They don't go to see other spiritual practitioners or monks, or they don't have to bow to them. They never go anywhere that will put them into a second place. Huh? Just like the king of Japan. He never go anywhere. Even in his son's own wedding. Because in the wedding, the couples are the first, you see? It's their occasion. So the king and the queen would become like a second best over there. I do not understand the practice. But it is that way. But I know all this, but nevertheless, I'm different. I just do what I feel I should do, and I feel good about it. And that's all. And I hope that you understand now that what I teach you, I also practice. Huh? Humility, okay? Not that I want to tell you the things already past, but just now remember about the humbleness. I tell you, I practice. I practice anytime, even in front of you, in front of other people, sometimes not in front of you. Not only because today all the people sit here, and camera, and I do that for show. No. Last 2 weeks ago, I did exactly nearly the same to all the nurses and the doctors. Not that I bow to the floor, but, very humbly, the way the Thai people would do it to me. You understand that? Because their tradition to treat their doctor and nurses good. But they don't treat, not many people treat them that good. But because I was the patient, and I'm grateful to their service, so I treated them as the best honor person. And I have one witness. There was one doctor who was there accidentally and saw it. And because I did it so naturally, I forgot all about it. Later he mentioned it to me. He said, wow, you treated them so good. And they were so very pleased because you're so humble. Nobody would treat them this way because you bow to them this way. He did it the way I did. That's why I said, I did that? Then I remember. You know what I mean? So I tell you all this so you know that I don't do it just for show. Okay? You want me to call the witness right here, or you just believe me? He's right here. Are you here? Yes or no? Is he there? Okay. We cannot hear you. Raise your hand. Okay, thank you. He's over there. Raise your hand again, people didn't see it. You see that in that corner over there? Okay, just don't run to him and ask, because he's very shy and private person. I didn't let him come there. He just heard that I'm sick, and he just figured out which hospital I'm in. I don't let anybody know, but he just guessed because he's a doctor too, and he know each other or something like that, so they find out. But I scolded him. I said, go home. I didn't allow you to come here. So after a few minutes, he left. Maybe not, maybe 10 or 20 minutes. Because I was busy with the doctor and the nurse and all that, so after that I told him to go home. Then just in this short time, he witnessed how I treat, how I greet the patient, the nurses and the doctor, and even the cleaner in my house, all the unimportant personnel, not only the doctor. So he told me he was very surprised, and because people were so pleased, and he told me about it. And that's how I realized what I'm doing. I did not really remember what I'm doing or thinking I'm doing that. But because he was just right there, and happened to see it. I said, oh really, did I do that when you were there? And things like that, So I said, yes, you did like this. He did it for me. So I just want to tell you this so that you know that in private, in any time, I practice what I tell you. Okay? So just do it. You don't have to question the authenticity of my teaching and my sincerity. It is true. Whatever I tell you, I do it. Already. And will. So don't feel humiliated if you are a little humble to other people or treat people with respect. That's how you are great. People see you have manner. That means you're good. Doesn't mean you're humble to other people, then you're lower than them. It's not true. Don't think it's in such a nonsensical way. We are nothing. Why we should be not humble? What do we have to feel proud of? We are already a Buddha anyhow. Who can glorify us more than this? Don't be cheated by your mind and be satisfied by such a little success in life or a little position in this lowly world and a little beauty on this little physical fleshly frame, and be cheated and be satisfied with that, and then forget that you are the Buddha. You are the most glorious being already. There's nothing else can compare, and nothing else can make you low. Okay? So don't be satisfied with less. Ask for more. Ask yourself to find more about yourself, and then you can be happy and proud about it. Don't just feel satisfied because people praise you and because people think you are good, and just because people think, oh, you're in charge here, things like that. These are so little, so petty things compared to your own true position in the universe. If you attach to all these small things, you would never find your own position as a Buddha. And you trade such a great privilege, great position for such a humble, tribal, so-called honor in this world. Capiche? Okay, I'm tired. Now, turn off the light and go to bed.